Good morning, and welcome to Starr News on Station 2. I'm Mark Benton, bringing you the latest updates from the heart of Starr Park. It's 6 a.m., and whether you're near the excitement of Super City or enjoying the peaceful surroundings of the park lush landscape, we've got all the news you need to start your day. Let's dive into today's major headlines. First, some unsettling news from Sector 5, an area located beneath Starr Park's central headquarters. Although Sector 5 is completely off-limits to the public, a troubling video has surfaced online, showing what seems to be purple gems scattered across the abandoned sector. The footage, captured by security cameras, also reveals a dark, shadowy figure lurking in the distance with glowing red eyes. The video was anonymously posted on various social media platforms, sparking a wave of concern. While Sector 5 remains closed, Starr Park officials have increased security measures and are thoroughly investigating the footage. They assure the public that all visitor areas remain completely secure. We've reached out to Dr. Peter Lowell, who's a leading expert in surveillance technologies and restricted facility protocols, and he's joining us now live from his office in Super City. Dr. Lowell, thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Mark. Always a pleasure.
As you know, this morning a video surfaced showing alarming images from what's believed to be Sector 5, deep under Starr Park's headquarters. The footage displays large clusters of purple gems scattered across the area, and what appears to be a massive humanoid figure with glowing red eyes. From your professional perspective, how concerned should we be?
Well, it's certainly an unusual video. From a technical standpoint, the resolution and angle suggest the footage came from internal park security systems, which makes it much harder to fake. The presence of gem clusters and this figure, for lack of a better term, is concerning, yes, but it doesn't necessarily point to danger.
So you're saying it could be explainable?
Possibly. These gems could be part of an old experiment, or a defunct project that was shelved years ago. And the figure, well, I've seen enough low-light distortions and compression artifacts to know that sometimes what looks like a creature can turn out to be something entirely different. That said, the eye glow pattern is odd, not typical of digital glitching.
There's also the public's reaction to consider. Social media's already ablaze with conspiracy theories. Some are even linking this to past rumors about so-called underground anomalies in the park's restricted zones.
Yes, and that's where things get tricky. Starr Park is no stranger to speculation. Ever since the creation of the biodome and the mysterious delays in opening Sector D, rumors have been everywhere. But we have to distinguish between speculation and verified fact. Right now, all we have is a single clip. We don't know who leaked it, why it was recorded, or even when.
Is it possible, in your opinion, that this could be a psychological tactic? Maybe a staged leak to keep public attention away from something else?
You know, that's definitely a possibility. Park corporations, especially ones as large as Starr Park Industries, are known to employ distraction campaigns. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time we've seen controlled leaks used to shape narrative. But I want to be clear, there's no proof of that here, just a pattern worth considering.
And what about the glowing red eyes? That's what's disturbing most people. Could this be some kind of tech? Maybe a prototype suit or animatronic?
You know, that would make a lot of sense. Starr Park has a long history of advanced animatronics, especially with attractions like the Dino Coaster or the Night Parade. We've seen prototypes go unused or stored away in sectors like 2 and even beneath 3. If that figure is, say, a mothballed animatronic unit, maybe powered by residual energy from Sector 4, that would explain a lot.
Some viewers have drawn connections between this and the Spewed attacks from earlier last year. I know it's speculative, but do you see any possible link?
I've seen the chatter online. The Spewed group has claimed responsibility for a number of digital intrusions and information leaks. If this footage was pulled from Park servers and not just filmed off a screen, then yes, it's conceivable that this is part of a broader strategy. Stir fear, expose secrets, discredit leadership. Mr. Starr himself has been the target of these attacks before. 2.
And so far, park officials haven't released an official comment about the footage. Should they?
Absolutely. Silence can lead to panic. Even a basic statement acknowledging the video and clarifying what it is or isn't would go a long way in settling public concern. Transparency builds trust, and Starr Park is in a delicate position right now.
Last question, Dr. Lowell. If you were advising Starr Park right now, what would your top priority be?
First, I'd lock down Sector 5 with a full diagnostic sweep. Verify what's actually happening there. Then, review internal data logs to trace the footage leak. And finally, issue a transparent public address. Ideally from Mr. Starr himself. The park's future depends on people feeling safe. They won't come for the roller coasters if they're afraid of what's lurking underground.
Wise words, Dr. Lowell. Thank you again for your time and insight.
Thank you, Mark. Let's hope it's just a blip and not a shadow of something bigger.
Let's hope indeed. That was Dr. Peter Lowell, surveillance and security expert, joining us live to discuss the recent events tied to Sector 5. We'll continue to follow this story as it develops. Shifting focus now to some of the latest developments in the park's attractions. Over in Super City, engineers have been busy upgrading the Super Surge show, making it more eco-friendly by reducing its carbon footprint. The new enhancements will not only make the ride faster and more thrilling, but also more sustainable. It's all part of the park's commitment to eco-conscious practices. Now, the Biodome is also seeing some exciting changes. This morning, visitors will get the chance to participate in a new virtual experience where they can plant a tree in the park's interactive environment. It's an effort by Starr Park to raise awareness about environmental conservation and educate visitors on the importance of sustainability. It's a fun yet educational experience, especially for families visiting the park. On a more serious note, we continue to monitor the increased security presence around Sector D. The energy facilities and utilities there remain off limits to the public as Starr Park undergoes extensive maintenance and upgrades. Park officials have reassured us that all visitor areas are fully operational and secure. Still, there's heightened security in place, and visitors are advised to stay away from the Sector D perimeter for their own safety. Our sources inside the park have confirmed that workers are conducting routine safety checks and ensuring everything runs smoothly in the facility. Let's go live now to our reporter on the ground in Zone A, where the Starr Park Marathon is about to begin. This annual event brings thousands of visitors to the park, and we've got our own Emily Grant with the latest.
Thanks you, Mark. I am standing at the starting line of the Starr Marathon, right here by the Jungle Jamboree gates, and let me tell you, it feels like the perfect day to race through the heart of Starr Park. This year, the marathon has taken on a whole new level of excitement as runners gear up for a route that will take them through some of the most iconic and eccentric corners of Starr Park, a place that's as unpredictable as the era we're living in. The marathon has become an institution over the years, and it's not just a test of stamina. It's a test of endurance in a reality where things don't always seem right. But that's part of the charm, right? I mean, who wouldn't want to challenge themselves in a place like this, with its vibrant atmosphere and unexpected twists? This year's course is nothing short of surreal. Runners will pass through foggy falls, skirt the base of the Starr Studios backlot, and loop around the eerie Mortis mortuary. From there, it's all the way through the Pirate Cove district, where the animatronic buccaneers like Daryl, you know him, that grinning, pirate-looking guy, will keep them on their toes. As you can imagine, the atmosphere is like something out of a suspenseful thriller, where everything feels just a little too perfect, or a little too eerie. Over 600 participants have signed up this year, including the reigning Maxine Howcroft, the 5-time champ. Maxine is practically a legend around here. She's been running this marathon year after year, and I think it's safe to say she's practically part of the furniture at Starr Park. She's back, and this time she's feeling connected. I'm in tune with the grid, she says. I don't know about you, but I don't think she means Poco's famous guitar tune. And for those wondering, she's already set her sights on winning again, with the determination of someone who's seen the park change. She's seen things others haven't. Things that are rumored to be linked to the park's mysterious workings, like the unexpected projections from Starr Studios that sometimes play tricks on the eyes of the runners. But this year's race has some fresh faces too. We've got Cameron Doyle, who's known for his speed, but also for his strange ability to move through Zone D without anyone noticing. Though he insists he's never even been near the central power plants. Then there are the newcomers, Colt Rogers and Delta, two mysterious runners who entered under strange circumstances. Delta especially is known for an unexplainable calm before the race. Some even say he's not even really running, but that's a story for another day. The route, of course, is as unpredictable as the park itself. Runners will pass through the Pirate Cove district, which some claim has been haunted by the sounds of Daryl, the Buccaneer animatronic, laughing and yelling yo-ho-ho when no one's around. I've been told that in the dead of night, Pirate Cove starts to feel a little more alive than it should, if you know what I mean. If you're near the jungle, don't be surprised if you catch a glimpse of the Mortis mortuary gates. Those creepy cracked doors that always seem to appear out of nowhere. You know what they say, once you pass through those gates, the air feels a little thicker. So far, there have been few injuries, just some sprained ankles, but reports also indicate some oddities. The fog near Pirate Cove thickened almost unnaturally, causing some runners to misinterpret the course markers. But that's all part of the fun, isn't it? This race isn't for the faint of heart. If you want to cross the finish line, you better be ready to face the mysteries of Starr Park head-on. And speaking of oddities, we've already seen several strange occurrences. Some of the runners reported hearing sounds of footsteps before they even passed through the jungle area. One runner claimed to have seen an entire set of jungle trees turn into skeletal forms, their branches stretching like arms trying to grab them. Of course, park officials blame the effects on visuals from the Starr Studios testing, but the stories are starting to pile up. As for the spectators, the atmosphere is electric. A live 1970s band has set up near the finish line, playing funk and disco tunes while the crowd chants and cheers. The vibe here is part festival, part thriller, and honestly, a little bit like we've all wandered into the middle of a sci-fi movie. For now, I'm Emily Grant, and I'll be back with more updates as this race unfolds. Stay tuned, and remember, if you start seeing things that aren't quite right, maybe just keep running. That's how this marathon works. Back to you, Mark.